right. Another lovely day at the top of the world. At the Freedom Tower. Can you feel the freedom? I feel freedom. Well, hey, you know what the good news is? I'm not morbidly depressed right now. That's good. I guess I could have a couple of hours, a little reprieve from the burdens of the dark clouds that oppress me constantly. Yeah, good job, good job. Don't you love brain chemicals and how they work? You know what? Because I'm psychically connected to New York City. I got that Friday feeling. Monday in New York City feels like a big pit of despair. You feel the collective sorrow of everyone in existence all at once, like being just hypersensitive, like a tuning fork, and just getting banged really hard, and you just vibe on all the horrible feelings. But when Friday comes along and Saturday, everybody feels pretty all right. They're looking forward to the weekend. The weather's not too bad. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Say it's going to be in the 80s, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, so I don't know if you've seen my other stuff on this channel. So I put together an animal rights contest to where I'm offering $1,000 cash. Anyone that could ride one of my animal rides for more than 24 hours straight. 3 contestants, 3 rides, 1 winner, $1,000. So I went out and recorded this thing. Did it pretty quickly. And it's another thing, I didn't get the grants that I needed, so I'm trying to constantly reinvent the wheel. That's all artists have to. I guess that's all I have to do in life. I just have to reinvent the wheel all the time. That's all. And then try to reinvigorate a project and not to get it off life support or keep it on life support as long as possible until something breaks through. But it's like, do I know anything about contests? No. Do I want to give someone $1,000 to ride an animal ride? Well, I don't really want to part with $1,000. But am I a game show host? No. And is this a gimmick? No. Is this, but these are the things you have to do to keep things just going. And you might look at something and say, you put it in a drawer or threw it in the closet, you throw it in the garbage, and then you don't think that, give it some time, and then maybe it'll have a different purpose. It's like, it's my whole life, I feel like it's been just, what do they call that? Man, what is it? DW. I'm constantly DWIing my life. DIW. No, DIY. Life hack. Everything's a life hack. My art is a hack. I gotta hack my life. I gotta hack my art. It's like, well, hey, it might not look like a good painting, but it'll make an excellent doorstop. That's what we're dealing with at this point. Oh my God, it's so bright. Hey, I'm actually using the light correctly today. Wow, some mediocre, rudimentary filmmaking skills. I know those guys have that whole thing. They got all their toys behind them, and they got all their props, and they got that whole thing. They vibe. It's like it's so. You're trying too hard, bro. You're trying too hard, bro. I love that expression. I like millennial, Gen Zer expressions because they're mostly right. You're trying too hard, bro. Yeah, exactly. You're trying too hard, bro. They don't relax. Remember the spit. Yeah, it's like when you smash that button and I see all your bunch of watchers, but not a lot of subscribers. I don't care. I don't care if you subscribe. I don't care what how much money am I really gonna see when I'm talking to you and then it goes to a Nissan commercial? Is Nissan giving me that kind of money? Or something for diaphragms? It's like, this part of the show is brought to you by Vagiclean diaphragms. So, but yeah, But yeah, I guess that's the life of an artist. I mean, at least that's been for me. That I try to stick with one thing. I try to come up with a concept, and it was a good concept. I wanted to make a citywide art project with a whole bunch of these animal rights that I have access to, and I obviously need funding for that. Now I'm trying to draw attention to it by making it into a damn contest. So I'm serious about the contest, and I went out and actually contacted Red Bull and Monster Cola, see if they get back to me to add like some sort of cachet, or at least, if not give me money, give me free sodas, so I can make the contestants pee more, re-energize them, because that's what you need. But yeah, um, but when you do stuff like this, like when you try to, like, when something like that happens, you get the bad news and whatever. The thing is, it's like to reinvigorate the idea. That's like kind of the point. Um, like I was just really in a deep, deep pit. Last week I was in a deep pit. I was in a hole. I was in like that Return of the Jedi hole, the pit of Carcoon or Harkoon or whatever, the Sarlacc pit, whatever you want to call it, that tumor in the desert. Sorry, that butthole in the desert butthole that Lucas made into a Venus flytrap. And it wasn't even so. I don't know. I liked it better as a whole, not just that they made like a bad CGI flytrap. Kind of just like, just make it a vagina with teeth in the ground. It's much better. Anyway, that's where I was, and slowly digested over a period of 1,000 years. Yeah, that was what was me last week, and I was really just, oh my god. And then you do a dead cat bounce, you might feel better the next day. And then yeah, then watching some stupid stuff on YouTube, because I watch YouTube a lot, and then looking at like the top 20 worst TikTok challenges. And then I was like, then it hit me like, hey, why don't we turn this into a challenge? And then you run with the idea. Your brain starts to compute. It starts to, um, start imagining things, trying to put it all together. Like you just basically smash something apart and re-put it back together in a completely different form. And that for me was reinvigorating. I don't know how long it'll last, but you have to go into that depth of despair, and then you have to retool a whole thing, or retool a whole project, retool a whole idea, because it's either you do, or the project dies, or you just let it go, and it's like that's it. There's not too many options. The only fortunate thing is that, yeah, it's like if you do kind of these quirky things, there are different angles to it. If I was just a painter painting stuff, I guess that's different. Like, like, oh, I painted something. Don't you love it? And then it's just like, these ideas I work on are a lot harder in terms of how to digest and process them. It's like, oh, great, so you repainted a horse. Congratulations. It's like, no, it's not about that. It's about feeling and movement and passage of time, and the fact that these things are no longer around. And like I'm getting nostalgia. Maybe it's just a little bit tad too early, but I want to get there on that wave, whatever. But this is what we do. This is what I have to do in order to just get myself up and then over it, and then ride that feeling for as long as I can, because I don't know. And then we will see. All of this is just one big experiment with no conclusion. I don't know what formula I'm going to invent or what's going to come out on the other end, but this is how it is. This is what we do. This is what I do. And I guess that's that. All right. Well, that's it, I guess.